Hey everybody, welcome. I'm going to do a tool review. I'm going to review this model HCB 751B. This is the cordless reciprocating saw sold under the Hercules name by Harbor Freight. And this is the model that has the brushless motor. So this is a fairly newer model. I guess the previous one wasn't a brushless motor. The reason why I know that this is a newer model is because at the time when I purchased this, it was in-store only. It wasn't due to be out on the online website for a couple more weeks. But anyways, my son wanted to pick one of these up. He knew I already had some of these batteries. So he grabbed this thing, got a deal on it, used his Inside Trek coupon or whatever the heck it was. I want to say with the coupon this thing was about 65 bucks. Don't quote me on that. Well, anyways, this box is empty because I already took it out and actually already used it. So we're kind of doing this backwards, but I just want to go over some of the features that it has. And just for the heck of it, what's it say here? Well, yeah, it's 20 volt. So this is the tool only. This is the bare tool. It assumes that you already have a charger and batteries for other tools. So that's why it was so cheap, relatively speaking. 45% more runtime, yada, yada, yada. More runtime than what, the previous model? I guess. I don't know, right? So this is interesting. I just noticed this says use a 5.0 amp hour battery or greater. Oh, okay. Comes with free reciprocating blades included. Legendary performance. I mean, is the Hercules name old enough to call it legendary performance? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. Only the tool, everything else sold separately. Got it. So here it is. Weight-wise, it feels kind of decent. I like this. I don't know if this is a rubber cover or whatever it is. Yeah, it feels like it's a rubber cover that covers this whole nose section of the tool. Seems like it's pretty decent. It's also got this overmold, like rubber coating on the handle. Seems pretty good. It's got this bracket on the side for this hook that flips out like this, which makes it really handy to, you could see where you might just be able to hang this on a framing member nearby, or hook it on your tool belt as you're, need both hands free for a moment or whatever. So that's kind of neat. And when it's stowed, you barely know it's there. It doesn't get in the way at all, which is, I like that. So even if you have no intention of ever wanting to use this, it's not going to be a problem, I don't think. All right. It's got the quick blade replacement feature, which is nice. You get this lever right here. You flip it up like this, and there's a cam action going on in the nose here. So all you have to do is start the tang in there on the blade, flip this up, push it in, release, double check that it's seated, and you're good to go. So blade changes are a snap. My original Milwaukee's, the corded ones that, tried and true Milwaukee's, I remember my first one, you had to have an Allen wrench to loosen a set screw to get the blade out. Then they came out later with a model where there was on the nose here, there was something you would turn and twist, and that would release the blade. That was an improvement in speed, but I had found that tended to would get sticky over time. So I think that this might be a little bit better way to do it. I don't know how the newest Milwaukee's handle it. This might be a complete rip-off of those major brands, or it's something they came up with. I don't know. There's a button on the bottom right here. This button allows you to extend or remove. You can remove this shoe, but more importantly, it allows you to adjust it. So it has these predetermined stops, and they appear to be in half-inch increments from what I'm seeing here, I think. Yeah. So anyways, that's handy because if you happen to have a long blade on and you get into a situation where you don't want to hit something behind the wall, you can adjust this stop. So that's a nice feature. We've got a lock right here for safety, which is handy. So this trigger can't be depressed when the lock's in this position. Flip it here. Now we can depress the trigger. That's nice if you're going to throw this in a tool bag or whatever. You can make sure that it's locked, and that should keep bad things from happening.
I cut myself with a Sawzall.
So I only have one 5 amp hour battery handy, and it's not readily at hand, so I'll just throw this 2.5 on here. It is fully charged, just to give you an idea of how it sounds. So it's a little loud, but I don't think it's really much louder than your typical Sawzall. And one other feature I forgot to mention, and just reminded me by coming on, is there is an LED light built in right in the nose here. And when you start the saw, light comes on, and when you shut the saw off, the light remains on for several seconds before going out. It's kind of a nice feature if you're working in a low light area. So I got a couple of ratchets that are the Hercules brand. Picked them up used at the yard sale with several batteries. They seem to be working perfectly fine, and I've been using them and I really like them. So that's kind of what's got me on the kick of looking at more Hercules tools. So soon I will be picking up the Hercules 3/4 inch impact driver, the high torque one, and we'll take a look at that. And so please stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you so, all right, I got a little job I'm going to work on today. Not going to spend all day out there, but just to kind of give this a good test run. I've got an old shed that has collapsed, and I want to cut the sections of it up into small enough pieces so I can throw it in my dumpster. So we'll head out there right now and we'll give this thing a test drive. Okay, so it keeps shutting off, and I think it's because the battery's dead, because the battery status light on the back of the battery is not even lighting up when I press the button. Oddly enough, it still starts. Actually, no, now it's dead. Okay. Yeah, so that's the only thing about these batteries, is that they die a little more suddenly, with less warning than your old NiCads. But I'm pretty satisfied with the amount that I was able to do on this battery. This battery had almost a full charge on it. It was showing full charge, but I know I actually had used it on a couple of things. But it was still showing full charge on the indicator. This is, I think, the smallest battery that they make in this 20-volt series. This is the 2.5 amp hour. So I'm just going to need to invest in some of the larger batteries. I have one of the larger ones right now that I think will fit this. So I got this battery. This battery's got a partial charge on it. It's about half charged. I'll finish up a little bit more here, and then call it quits. But overall, so far, it seems to be working just fine. All right, well, that half charge in that other battery is gone, so I'm gonna call it quits. But I just wanted to wrap up by saying that that blade that I was using there was used blade. It was kind of dull. I changed out to a new blade, and obviously it cut much better. But I didn't get to do much before it ran out of juice because that battery wasn't fully charged. But overall, I'd say this would be a win. It seems to have plenty of power. I'd say with a new blade and a fresh battery, it takes probably about 4 or 5 seconds to go through a 2x6 or a 2x6. Not bad. I mean, I really like it. I think I'm going to probably start buying some more Hercules tools. All right, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Take care.